The quickest way to remove the background is with a deep gouge. This is a number 9, this is a number 10, so it's a little bit more U-shaped, but either of these sort of gouges will do. So it's a deep gouge, and the best way to work is across the grain, and the reason is that the fibres will just crumble away. So you would be just pushing it like this, but in this case it's really hard, so I'm going to have to use my mallet, but like this. When we come to the subject, either like that, just gently tapping in, don't worry about this tearing away, or if you by hand, just doing a little bit of a rotation like this. So if we bump into it, we still have our little bit of waste, but we don't really want to do that. So I make one line like this, and I'll follow it with a second line. And so on. So quite methodically keep lowering it. Now as I do this, I'm trying to think about the background here. It's this is the bottom of the cut, and it's these points here that I'm really interested in. And those points I'm going to try and line up pretty much with the bottom of the V-tool, and again just above my background, what I think of my background. So I'm trying to think of it flat, even as I'm carving across. So. So you can see here, because I have to come in, this is shallower, so I'm going to have to turn this wood around or move my body around and come back and finish off in this direction. And I can certainly use my hand pushing just to sort of finish this off. It's important to get this fairly good, because all then we need to do is remove these crests here, and we're back at our finished surface. So I will finesse this a little bit. This is a much better technique than just going haphazardly all over it. We can now sort of get a sense of this background going in. Sometimes you might have to go with the grain, like here, along the grain, in which case be careful that it doesn't sink in and go against the grain. So you can certainly do that. What we don't want to do is foul the edges up. Whatever, we can take away what we can. Then I'm going to start over here and do the same here. Now it might be that depending on your subject, you might need a narrower gouge, but it's certainly worth taking time over this and being methodical. As I say, you'll save time in the long run. So I'm going to work all my way around just like that. So here's the end of the lowering stage. You can see fairly uniform ploughing, but don't be too obsessional about this. All this is going to disappear, but we're just trying to get our sense of it going through. The V-tool line has pretty much disappeared because we're at the same depth. And you can see how, this little buffer zone here will have helped, because it's very difficult not to bump into it. But we've got this little bit of buffer zone, which we'll be taking away later. And that's it. So with this worked out, ignoring all these chewed up bits, which we'll all deal with later, the next stage is to level that, to get that all flattened.